Now, I know we cover closing in our introductory first things first videos. I just want to go a little bit deeper here. So the main thing in closing is you have to ask for the order. Okay, some people like to call it opening because you're opening them up to a new career. Don't let the word closing throw you off. We're moving people to action. Many people are indecisive and they need us to get them to take that step, to give them a little nudge to get them forward because people just don't like to make a decision. So the first thing you got to do is ask a closing question. So I like to say, are you ready to get started? You can ask a different one. If you have an upline that likes to use a different closing question that they're teaching you, that's cool, but it's got to be something. So, are you ready to get started? Now, here's what I want to teach you on this video. Once you ask your closing question, there's 3 things you got to do. These things are vital. This is going to be maybe the most important thing you'll ever learn in your life, let alone this business. First thing you do is you maintain your eye contact. I didn't say you make eye contact. By maintaining it means you've been making it the whole time. I don't have time on this video to get into that most of us don't make eye contact. It's human nature. By the time you're 5 years old, you've heard, no, stop, put that down. We've had our self-esteem beat to death by the time we're 10 years old. Then we get into middle school and high school. Oh my Lord. Come to our program called Journey and we'll teach you all about reconstructing your life from the ground up. But for now, we don't make eye contact. And if you don't believe it, go out today and notice that if you start looking directly at people, they'll think there's something weird about you. We just don't do it. We look away. We look away. You might be looking away right now because you don't want to make eye contact with me. So during a presentation, the eyes are the mirror to the soul. I make eye contact. People buy from you because they like you and trust you. When I look right at you the entire time, it builds trust and it also gives me a feeling of confidence, believe it or not. That's all I have to say right now. I could talk for an hour just about making eye contact throughout the whole presentation. Now at the end, when you say, so, you ready to get started, that's when you're going to want to look away because this is the moment of truth. So you've been looking at them the whole time. Now it's like, I'm telling you, it's uncomfortable. You may not know it, you may never have tried to close anything before, but when you ask a closing question, maintain your eye contact is absolutely vital. Do not look away. Person that looks away first usually loses, if you will, and gives in to the other person. So the first thing, maintain eye contact. Second thing, smile. Some of you haven't smiled since Richard Nixon was in office in the 70s. Smile. People buy from you because they like you. Smile. Even when you watch all these reality shows and there's always a nasty judge and the nasty judge is going, you dance terrible, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're this. Have you ever noticed the contestants are like, you ever watch the beauty pageants? They're always smiling. You know why? Because judges are human beings and people who you smile at like you more. There's a reason for this. Smile all the time. And telling you, you will be amazed. You can say the exact same words without a smile and it gives you a totally different meaning. Only 7% of communication with each other are the words we say each other. The other 93%, eye contact, lack of it, facial expressions, body language make up everything. So a smile is inviting someone and making them like you. So you maintain your eye contact, you smile, and then you do the third and final thing, which is you shut up. Do not talk. I promise you, the person that talks first loses. I always kid around with people and say if there was anything I was going to do, I'm not a tattoo guy, but if I was going to get a tattoo, I'd get a mute button right there. So whenever I ask a closing question, I hit my mute button. So many people won't shut up. They just talk and talk and talk. So you ask a closing question. So are you ready to get started? Because if you're not ready to get started, it's hard to do. That silence, even though it's only a second, seems like a month sometimes. 2 or 3 or 4 seconds of silence, what you're doing is you're applying pressure. And it's okay to apply pressure. It's itty bitty pressure. It's not like you're putting a Bunsen burner underneath them to get them to make, you're not lighting a blowtorch underneath them. All you're doing is looking at them, smiling, and not talking. Believe me, the person that talks first will lose that altercation. If you want to get people signed up in your business, if you want to get people to do what you want them to do, go up to your little child and say, hey, Donna, do you want to go to bed now or in 5 minutes? Smile, maintain your eye contact, and do not talk. So, are you ready to get started?